As the superintendent of the Yuba City Unified School District, I am here to share with you where we are with the reopening of school for the 2021 school year. I know that this has been a challenging time for everyone, and going back to normal is what everyone is hoping for in the very near future. I want you to know that this too is our goal and intention as soon as it is possible. However, with the current health situation and public health guidelines, we are preparing for alternatives, or as some call a hybrid model, something that will combine two instructional elements. Our district started this process by gathering input and information through a parent survey. We had over 7,000 responses, and we thank you for participating and sharing your thoughts. A staff survey was also conducted, as well as administrator meetings to gather additional information to help develop the initial draft of our hybrid models. In addition, district staff have been reviewing the California Department of Education's Stronger Together document and the guidelines from the California Department of Public Health. Staff has also been reviewing models from other districts, both within the state of California and models from districts from other states. We have spent countless hours looking for the perfect answer and have yet to find it. Our district is working to develop a hybrid model with the following goals: the safety of our students and staff, equity for our students, and an instructional model that best meets the needs of our students. A hybrid model is not perfect. However, again, we are preparing an alternative plan, a hybrid model, in the event that we cannot return to our normal traditional 5-day-a-week, everyone in school. We understand the hardship that this type of model may place on working families who will be in need of childcare. We've heard preliminary feedback and want to share two models that meet the current California Department of Education and California Department of Public Health guidelines that are being uniformly considered across the state as districts prepare for the start of the school year. Many of you have provided feedback to me through email, and I want you to know that I read every email you send to me. There are a variety of thoughts about how we should reopen schools. Come back 5 days a week? Require masks? Don't require masks? Come back without social distancing? Come back with no requirements? Ensure proper health measures are taken? Make sure you conduct daily health checks of students and staff? Don't do daily health checks, they're not necessary. Or I'm not sending my child back at all until there's a vaccination. In addition, I know that some of you are wondering about athletics. We are waiting to hear from the California Interscholastic Federation, or CIF, who will provide direction to districts on fall athletics on July 20th. The after-school and extracurricular programs will be available with specified safety precautions in place as well. So as you can see, we have quite a puzzle to put together. Our priority remains the health and safety of our students and staff. It may mean that we have to compromise to meet all of our goals. That becomes the hybrid model of some in-person classroom instruction combined with at-home remote learning. Assistant Superintendent Pam Arongzeb will share two potential hybrid options.
Hello everyone, this is Pam Arongzeb, Assistant Superintendent of Education Services, to provide information on our current planning for the start of the next school year. Based on the guidance provided by the California Department of Education and both the local and state health departments, we have developed plans with the safety of students as the #1 priority, along with providing an equitable learning environment for students and quality instruction. There are 3 restrictions that impact the decisions for how school will look in the fall. First is the social distancing. This requires students to have 6 feet of space in the classroom. The second is no regrouping of students during the day. 1 group of students per class per day. While this creates no challenge in the lower grades, it does become more complicated in the upper grades where students change classrooms and mix with new groups of students multiple times per day. And last is the thorough cleaning of rooms between different groups of students. This requirement suggests that we build time into the schedule specifically for cleaning the classrooms between the different groups of students. While our first choice is to bring all students back on a regular schedule, these restrictions require us to explore other options for reopening. The district's first choice in the planning process would be to welcome all students back to a full schedule as we would for a typical school year. Unfortunately, our current guidelines make this more challenging. Some of the popular models for bringing students back are called hybrid models because they include two aspects: in-school instruction and at-home learning. You may have heard of school districts considering a half-day model in which half of the students come in the morning and half of them come in the afternoon for instruction. While this does meet the requirement for social distancing, it does not allow for cleaning of classrooms between student groups. Therefore, this is not a model we can consider. The other two models that are popular do meet the requirements and have both advantages and disadvantages. We will speak to each of these models. The 2 days at school model has one group of students going to school either Monday and Tuesday and cleaning of the classrooms on Wednesday, and a different group of students attending school on Thursday and Friday. The days the students aren't in class, they will be learning at home. The week at school model has one group of students going to school for a 4-day week, such as Monday through Thursday, with cleaning completed on Friday prior to the second group of students coming on the following Monday. Again, the days the students aren't in class, they will be learning at home. Specifically for elementary school students, the 2 days at school and 3 days at home model has students working 2 days at school and 3 days at home. The key advantage for this model is that the students consistently attend school at least 2 days a week. A clear disadvantage is that schools will not be able to guarantee families their choice of schedule, and students won't experience the same level of continuity of learning as in a week-long model. For the week at school model, students will attend school all day for 4 consecutive days and then work at home for 6 days. The advantage for this model is it allows for continuity of learning, building of classroom norms and routines, and practice and preparation for distance learning in the event we have to go to closure again. A key disadvantage is that the schedule alternates for families and the length of time between their in-school sessions is longer. Either model impacts middle school students similarly in terms of advantages and disadvantages. In middle school, students would not be able to rotate class as they normally would. Teachers would need to rotate into rooms with consistent groups of students. The 2-day model would provide the consistency of days in the classroom. Similarly, the week-on model would provide continuity of learning, but not consistency of schedule. The high school model is more unique. Due to the limitation of not being able to regroup students during the day, students will not be able to switch classes within one school day. Students will have to attend a class for a longer period, a half of a day or approximately 3 hours. This half-day model allows for the cleaning of rooms in the afternoon to make them ready for the next group of students on the following day. The 2 days at school model and the 3 days at home model for high schools would allow students to take each class every other week and attend school consistently on 2 days per week. Similarly, the week at school model, students will attend half days for 4 days with all classes within 1 week and home study for the following week. For families that do not feel comfortable sending their students to an in-class model this fall, we have another option. The Yuba City Unified's Independence Academy offers an independent study program for students who want to learn at home. This is not the distance learning program from the spring. This curriculum is specifically designed for students to work independently online. As students need support, teachers will be available to check in and help. More information on this option will be made available on our district website at YCUSD.org. In addition to the options described before, we are seeking additional ideas. While the choices become very limited when you look at the restrictions, we want to consider all the possibilities. We have created a document that will allow you to review the requirements and submit your suggestions to the district office. A link for this input opportunity will be placed on the website.
Again, I want to stress that our goal is to return to normal as soon as we are able to do so. We've created these alternative hybrid models in case we can't return in our traditional fashion due to the current health circumstances and guidelines that will require us to open differently. Your feedback is important to us, so you can find a link to a Google form on our website, www.ycusd.org. Thank you for your feedback and patience as we navigate our next steps.
Thank you for participating and joining in on the process.